We're here at Dolby Labs at an event sponsored by Lenovo and Dolby, and I'm talking to...
Kevin Brennan.
Okay, and what do you do for Dolby?
I work in the PC segment.
Okay, which means...
we work with OEMs like Lenovo to bring the Dolby cinematic experience to the PC.
Okay, and is that possible?
Absolutely.
Okay, how do you make that happen?
So we're standing outside one of Dolby's 7.1 in-house movie theaters, and really what we're trying to do is take a lot of the technology that we developed to create that movie-going experience and bring it to the PC. So, first and foremost, what we try to do is provide the Dolby surround sound experience on the PC. So, unlike a 7.1 movie theater where you've got physical 7.1 discrete channels or a speaker system set up for that, here we're playing back over stereo speakers on the PC or listening over headphones.
And how do you simulate 7.1 with two speakers?
Right, so Dolby has a technology that we call a surround virtualizer. So what it does is it mimics how a piece of entertainment content that's being driven by a physical 5.1 or 7.1 system would hit your ears. So it creates what's called a virtual surround sound.
And how does it do that? Through phase shifting and
right,
delays?
So we mimic how the physical multi-channel would hit your head, and look at the phase content of that, and then drive content into the different channels.
Okay. But you need a pair of headphones for that.
You need a pair of headphones on a set of stereo speakers. We still try to create that surround sound experience, but really what we're able to do, given the physical limitations of the speakers, is kind of broaden out the soundstage. So rather than the content sound like it's coming from narrow speakers that are placed 8 to 12 inches apart, it actually sounds like it's coming from a much broader sound field, and the content sounds revealed and not collapsed in on itself.
And did you work with Lenovo to develop all the components of this, the speakers, the drivers, the electronics?
Yeah, so actually no, we view this technology as applying to any audio subsystem. So while we'll help advise on component selection like the speakers and the audio amplifiers, the placement of the speakers, that's not the primary contribution of Dolby to this. Now, one thing we do get heavily involved in is once the audio subsystem is architected, we then step in and help Lenovo tune up these speakers, because every model is different. If we look at across the board here, we've got several different models on display. Now, the speaker placement in each of these different models will result in a frequency response of the speakers that's different. So we get involved in tuning up the speakers so that there's a nice flat frequency response, so the content isn't getting colored by the actual speakers.
Great. So Sean, give me a demonstration of the demonstration of Dolby Home Theater 4 on a Lenovo ThinkPad.
That's right, and we've got the Edge 420S here. So I've got Dolby turned off here. This is our UI for interfacing with the technology. I'll turn Dolby off.
Unfortunately, the jazz coming through these speakers here is overpowering.
Right, but what's interesting to note is without Dolby, actually, even at maximum system volume and maximum application volume, you basically can hear nothing, right?
Okay.
So with Dolby turned on,
wow.
Now finally over internal speakers, even in a noisy environment like this, you're actually having a much more immersive experience.
Yeah, it's dramatic. Yeah.
So what you'll notice with Dolby turned off is here, I can hear it here barely, but the content sounds muted. It's dominated by her voice. You're not getting the nuance of what's happening in the room. Whereas with Dolby turned on, now I can actually hear the conversation quite easily, and I can also hear the music and the atmosphere from the room.
And this doesn't only work with movies, it'll work with Pandora or MP3 files.
Absolutely.
Or everything.
Any content on the PC, whether it's movie, music, game, or whether it's being sourced locally on the PC or being streamed online, it will apply to all of it.
Now, is this the first laptop to have Home Theater 4?
This is the very first business PC laptop in the world to have Dolby Home Theater version 4.
Great. All right, well, thanks for the demo.
Thanks very much.
Okay.